Hi everyone, this is your girl Rosita Cooper, aka Miss Sip with Sip on Radio and Living Your Dreams with Rosita reality show. And I am here with Labarron Edwards. He's a financial literacy specialist and he teaches people how to make their money work better for them.
Exactly,
Yes.
exactly.
So I would like for you to tell them a little about yourself.
Well, first and foremost, for those of you who happen to be watching who are from New York City, I'm from Brooklyn, Brooklyn representing. So I've actually been in the financial industry for about 18 years. I actually help people understand two really main things. Number one, making sure if God forbid you die too soon, your family's not financially devastated. And then secondly, if you live to 150, making sure you don't run out of money and you still have enough money to leave as a legacy for the next generation. So that's kind of in a nutshell what I do. And I love doing it. I love the fact that I can sit down and educate people on how to understand the game of money, how to understand how the financial system works in this country, how insurance works, how the stock market works, things of that nature, how to invest for your future, how to get your kids to college without taking out loans, and a bunch of different things that I educate people on. So that's in a nutshell. I mean, I'm married almost 24 years. I have 4 children. And I live life, man, and I love it. So that's me.
So what made you get into the insurance?
You know, it's so funny. I used to be in the medical field, and the reason I went into the medical field is because my mother was a nurse, and I used to read all her medical books and all her anatomy and physiology books, and I said, man, I love this stuff. I want to become a doctor one day. So I didn't become a doctor, because that's a lot of schooling and a lot of money to be in debt. So I went to be a medical assistant. I worked in surgery, and I became dissatisfied with the medical field. I thought the medical field was about helping people. I found out it's all about the green and not about the human beings.
Exactly.
So I became dissatisfied and I started looking for something else, and I found financial services. I found that I can help people still, but not have to deal with the politics of working in a hospital and things of that nature. And I can still affect them mentally as well as physically by helping them alleviate the stress of their financial situation. So that's why I came into the financial industry.
Okay. Well, you know, on my show, Living Your Dreams with Rosita, I have a part of the interview to where I want people to tell a story or a testimony that happened in their life that made them want to quit, but they got out of it. They got away from it. They got through it. You know. So, do you have one of those stories?
How many do you need? Early on in my career, it was challenging because first of all, I had no experience in finance. I was in the medical field. I had medical experience. So it was a learning curve, a steep learning curve that I had to go through. And you know, on a daily basis, it was like, man, am I capable of really doing this? Can I really succeed in an industry that I have no skill in, no background in? I mean, I'm somebody, I don't have a high school diploma. I don't have a college degree. I dropped out of high school in the 12th grade. You know, can I really do this? Am I really capable of doing this? And so, I mean, early on for the first 2 years, it was a struggle. It was a challenge because I always was doubting myself. Could I possibly do this? But I looked at what the possibilities would be in the future if I did. See, I'm one of those people that said, look, life may be challenging, but I have big goals and I have big dreams that I want to accomplish. So if I keep doing what I'm doing, if I stay in the medical field, am I really going to be able to live the dreams that I have set for myself? And the answer was no. So as badly as I doubted myself, I always looked to the future to see what I could truly do. And I said, you know what? I'm going to just keep going. I'm going to keep going. And I don't care what happens, I'm going to keep going because I still got big goals and big dreams, and I'm a visionary. And I want to see my life become something amazing, and being a medical assistant wasn't going to do that. So that's kind of, you know, I know you was looking for a specific story, but that was first 2 years in business. is. It was like, you know.
Okay, so for his family,
Mhm.
how many brothers and sisters do you have?
I am the youngest of 3.
Okay.
I have an older brother and an older sister.
Okay.
And me, the baby. You know.
Okay, and your mother and fathers, were they together growing up?
Actually, no. My mom's a single mom. And my mother, she raised us, and she raised us in the hard streets of New York City.
Nice.
And we were able to survive. None of us got in trouble. None of us, you know, and my brother's a police officer in NYPD. My sister works here in Atlanta with the feds, and I'm the financial guy. So we all turned out well.
See, a single woman can do it. You know,
Hey,
a single woman can do it. You know, it all depends on how strong that woman is.
My mother was tough as nails. My mother took no shorts. She was
okay, so where was your father?
My mother and my father, they split when I was really, really little. I think I was like 2 or 3 years old. And my mother decided that she was just going to raise us together. You know, me, my brother, my sister, she was just going to raise us solo, and she was going to do the thing that she needed to do. And she exposed us to a lot of different things. Like, I tell people, I've lived in places just by moving that helped me experience life. You know, I've lived on the West Coast. I've lived in the South. I've lived in the Northeast. I've lived a lot of different places. So it allowed me to see different things and see how you can live better. Because I've lived in the mean streets of New York City, but then I also lived in the suburbs and other places.
Okay.
So, you know, so I got a well-rounded...
So she taught y'all etiquette.
Exactly.
Even regardless of where you was at. Just like me, being from Mississippi and stuff, I was still, my grandmother used to tell us all the time, don't eat with your mouth open.
Thank you.
Say thank you. Say you know how, you know, it's certain things that she taught us. She said, because, you know, when you get to a certain level, you need to know how to be etiquette. Know how to act. You know, it's a time and a place for everything.
That's one thing my mother always said. Let me teach you how to act.
Exactly.
Some folks have no decorum, no etiquette, no class, no cool. It's like, really, dude? Yeah. Is that even necessary? Can we just relax, pull it back like 10 steps? Yeah. And let's just reevaluate the situation. That's what we need to do.
Exactly. Exactly. So, your father, you know, I want to answer that. Did he ever come around? You know?
I know my father. My father, I actually spent time with him when I was like a preteen. And then I recently, actually it's so funny, my birthday was last November. I recently surprised my father in Alabama, and like all of my kids, except for my oldest who's in another country, we all kind of surprised him because he never met my kids. He never met my wife. So we surprised him at my aunt's house in Alabama, and he was surprised. He's like, "What y'all doing here?" So we got a chance to hang out with him a little bit, and that was a birthday present to me.
And you know, that is so cool for you to do that. You know, that is so good because you never know the situations of what's going on in a person's life and the whole truth. You know, because it's that person's truth, this person's truth, and in the middle. You know, right. So for you to be that strong man to say, "Hey, look, regardless of what happened, you know, and I want you to know my kids. I know, you know, we don't do this." So
you know something. Good. There's too many people who have too many emotional responses to situations that happened that didn't even involve them.
Exactly.
It's like, dude, get over it. Exactly. Especially, you know, I'm a father. I understand what it is to be a father. I understand that, you know, your kids want to know who their father is. And then, but as a son, I want to know who my father is, and I made sure that I reached out to my father through the conduit of my family. Yes. And you know, I mean, this is my bloodline right here. This is my ancestry. You know, why would I deny it?
And I heard a pastor say, I think last week or week before last, but I was watching thing on Facebook, and a pastor had said, we hold on to too many old stuff. That is wearing you down, that is breaking your body down, making you sick on the inside because you carrying on. I gotta send you the link.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yeah.
Definitely send that to me.
But it made a lot of sense. What he was saying and stuff of who got treated better when you was kids and stuff. That this person got this and you didn't get it. And we hold on to those things as we grow up.
It's amazing to me.
Exactly.
It's amazing to me how somebody could do something to you when you're 5 and you just latch on that and you're 45 years old now.
And you
hold animosity towards that person.
Sick.
It's like you're a grown adult now.
But you're making your body sick on the inside and stuff because you keep holding on to old stuff. It drains you mentally. And every year, every day, every year, something else it's like a magnet.
Right.
And
And
other
it keeps
stuff get added on
compounding and compounding.
Exactly.
And it's so funny to me how so many people, they say let go and let God, but we don't let go and let God a lot of times. If you got to release all that stuff from you and just live, enjoy life, enjoy the people that's close to you, love them, disregard the stuff that happened. And I know some of y'all had some crap that happened that was hard and horrible. But you stand strong and you still survive to this day.
Exactly. And in order for you to go to the next level, you got to let it go.
So
and forgive yourself, because a lot of people take on a lot of bad feelings about themselves. They be like, if I hadn't not done this, if I had acted like this, or you got to forgive yourself and then forgive the other person and move on.
There you go.
At least if you can't forgive the other person, just still move on. Right. Just let God handle it and move on. Okay, so, your sisters, brothers, everybody doing good and stuff. Man. That's really good.
Blessing.
Yeah, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. And shouts out to your mother.
Hey,
being that
love you, Mom.
And positive influence in y'all life. That all of y'all.
I love my mom.
She's in the medical field. You're in the medical field. Both your sister and brother, with the feds and the law enforcement. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. Yeah. Okay, so. What are your plans for your business that you have going on?
I love it. All right. All right. So, 2019 is going to be a phenomenal year for my business. Number one, my wife and I, we just hit a major milestone in January. Okay. So there's 4 other milestones that we'll be hitting this year. And those are income milestones. We just clicked over $100,000 a year in January.
Nice.
By April, we project to be over $200,000.
Nice.
By June, we'll be over $300,000. By September, we'll be over $400,000, and by December, we'll be at $500,000 in income.
Nice.
And that's not just it's not a goal. It's something that we're orchestrating.
Yes.
The way that we're going to do that is we're going to actually educate people and teach them how to do exactly what we did and help them elevate, because our philosophy is that you gotta help somebody accomplish their goals so you can accomplish your goals. Exactly. So we're going to help at least 15, 20 people accomplish their big goals this year, and as a byproduct, that's what's going to happen in our business. So we're going to help a lot of people. We're going to educate a lot of people, and we're going to open up a lot of brand new offices. We're going to open up at least 10 brand new offices throughout the metro area and in some states that we operate in. And we're going to do some phenomenal things.
Okay. And we just realized today that we met over 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
I came into his office, tell him.
it was like 10 and a half years ago.
Yeah.
Miss Sip over here had just really got into Atlanta. So, and then I met her. I forgot how I met her, but she came to the office. My office actually used to be in Lithonia, for those of you who are in the metro area. And she came to the office, and we discussed actually my company and what we do. And at the time, you all know that she is an artiste. She does a lot of different things. So she's a manager. She does a lot of different, things in the entertainment world. She's also an actress, a director. She does a lot of stuff. So she was telling me all the things that she was doing, and so at the time I realized that probably wasn't the right time for us to have that conversation, because she had just plopped into Georgia and she was about to make some power moves. So, but I made sure I kept in touch with her on LinkedIn, on Facebook, things of that nature. Followed, some of the things that you've been doing. So, and hey,
I appreciate that.
I loved your energy. I loved your spirit. I loved that you were somebody that was about making some power moves, and I love to communicate and connect with people like that. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny how life just brings you back. It's weird.
So where's your office now?
My office is in Doraville now.
Okay.
Off of Buford Highway, not too far from Buford and 285 interchange. And I like that area because it's very diverse. It's a lot of Asians, Latinos, it's a lot of African Americans, it's a lot of different people there, and a lot of people can benefit from this financial literacy because even with that, there's a lot of miseducation and misinformation that goes on about money, banking, and finance amongst different ethnic groups. A lot of people from other countries don't understand the U.S. financial system. They have different systems in these other countries. So when you come here and you find that it's not the same, you kind of get lost into these different areas. So I have the opportunity to help people navigate through those challenges. So
Okay, so let me ask you this right here. We're going to back up when you was talking about the school thing. So what made you drop out of school in the 12th grade?
Do you really want me to answer that?
Yes.
Okay. What my answer, let me preface this. My answer is going to be extremely controversial because we've been taught as a society, go to school, get you a good education, get you a good job with good benefits, and that's supposed to be your life. I've never, ever, ever subscribed to that philosophy. I've always believed that a lot of what we've been taught in school is a waste of time. Outside of reading, writing, and arithmetic, the basic stuff, most of that crap we don't need, and it's just unnecessary. So at the time, I realized that I didn't want to waste any more of my time learning stuff that was unnecessary. So,
but the thing is, you went so far.
And most people say that when you got
you got all the way to the 12th grade, and then you want to quit.
Because then I could actually make my own decision.
Yeah.
See, we are forced to go to public school in this country. If you don't go to school, guess what? Your parents get arrested. Your parents there's consequences to not. So I, as a 17-year-old, I start, because I'm really analytical. I'm a brainiac nerd. So I'm very analytical. So I started looking at, okay, if education is valuable and is supposed to be a good thing, why is it that the government compels you to go? If you try to homeschool your children, the government gives you the hardest time to give you the ability to homeschool your children. That seems to me like the school system is built on indoctrination of a philosophy of go to work in the system and understand this being your life. And as an entrepreneur, it really shows you the indoctrination that we've been given as a society, because when you tell somebody I got a good job, everybody praises you. But when you say, hey, I'm starting a business, people say, you crazy. Why are you doing that? Go get you a good job.
Exactly. And work for somebody else's business.
Ain't that something? So like I said, it's controversial. So at that time, I realized that I no longer wanted to be indoctrinated into that system. And I've always been a rebellious kind of person. So never, I'm a Scorpio. So I've never been in trouble like that, but I'm not going to just accept what you give me as fact.
And you know what? While I was growing up in school and stuff, every single teacher that I had used to tell me, you need to grow up to be a lawyer or a detective, because you just not going to take what a person give you. You're going to want to know why, what, when, what, for, how come, and you can't tell me the sky is blue and I see it's gray.
Exactly.
So.
So that was me, and that's why I made that decision. I decided I no longer wanted to do that. And because now I was of the legal age where I can make that decision, I made that decision.
Okay.
And it's been one of the best decisions I've made.
Okay, awesome. So how old are your kids?
My oldest is 24.
Okay.
My next one is 21. My next one is 18, and my last one is 16.
Okay, so any of them and insurance?
All of them, actually, except for the youngest one.
I think
all
that-
of my children are licensed in my business. They all understand what I do, and they all have the ability to do what I do.
Okay.
So,
So
and
you
it's
done
just a
made
matter
a
of,
family business.
of course, my wife is my
Yes.
business partner. We
Yeah, I
work
remember
together.
your wife.
You know,
Yes.
we do the doggone thing, baby. That's how we do. No.
That's a good thing. That's a good
Yeah.
thing. A power couple. I feel as though that's very important when you know, doing some big things. When you got big plans and stuff for your future, so you
Absolutely.
got to be with somebody that's on the same page as you are.
Oh, my
because
goodness.
if they on a different page, you know, it
It's
could
not
be
gonna
chaos.
work. It's not gonna work.
And if you can make it work by yourself, you can bring somebody in that's not on the same page, and they will not make it work.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know?
And I've heard so many instances of that in business, and not just in my business, but in all business, where you have for instance, prime example. Did you ever see the Ray Kroc movie?
No.
Okay, I forgot the name of it, but it's about Ray Kroc and McDonald's. His first wife, when he had this vision, when he first met the McDonald brothers and saw what they was doing, and he had the vision of making it happen, his first wife wasn't on board with him because she was trying to be Miss, I'm trying to go to the country club and do all this. He like, look, I got big goals, I got big dreams. I'm trying to do this thing. I see what my McDonald brothers got. I think I can flip it and make it better.
Yeah.
She wasn't trying to hear it. And he divorced her because he was like, look, you not on my wavelength right now. He found somebody that was on his wavelength, and they made it happen, and they were married until he died. So, gotta be on the same wavelength. You gotta be on the same playing field. And my wife, Helena, she is the better half of me. If it was not for her, we would not have the success that we have right now. And she's always the one, because I'm very analytical. I'm very brainiac, but I'm also impulsive because I'm very, like, I'm an A type. I'm like, let's do it, let's get it, let's go.
Yeah.
She like, hold on, chief. Let's see about this way. If we still gonna do it, but we gonna do it this way, not that way. I'm like, I didn't even think about that. You're right. Let's do that. So, and that's how. So yeah.
That's good. That's good. I always got well, I'm saying exes that, well, I ain't gonna say always. Since I've been in Georgia.
No doubt.
I can say that since I've been in Georgia, because nowadays the Mississippi guys, then they was like, hey, what you need to do? Okay, you want to do that? Okay, that's cool. So I got you. What you need for me to do? So that's what I was used to. Exactly. But then I get in Georgia, then it's like, so I can't go with you. So you gonna do that without me? So why you just can't be at the house? So it's like a totally different thing I have to deal with here. And I'd be so glad when I find out on the same page. That's
you gotta
for
find
me.
that one that supports your dream, and it's
Exactly.
also a dreamer and a visionary as well.
Exactly.
Sometimes my wife and I, we sit and we talk about what's going to happen and what's about to happen, and then we see our children, they're living lifestyles that my daughter, she just turned 21 in December, and she went to New York for a week and a half by herself, and she paid her own way. And she was hanging out, and she was enjoying life, and she was doing stuff. She was being a tourist, and mind you, all my children were born in New York, so. But we moved out 14 years ago to ATL, so she's now an adult. She has friends that flew up to hang out with her. We still got some relatives in New York, so she hung out with them as well. And it's my oldest daughter. She graduated from college, and she decided, because she doesn't have to worry about, I got to go find a job. Yeah. She decided, I'm going to go with the Peace Corps, and I'm going to help humanity.
Exactly.
And she's been doing that almost 2 years.
Nice.
She didn't have to scramble and get a resume together, because mom and dad built a business that allows you to enjoy your life.
Exactly. And it's going to benefit your children's children.
Exactly.
Like they said back in the day. You build something for your children's children.
Exactly.
Not just thinking about yourself, and then, that's one thing that I know they ain't gonna want to hear that, but that's one thing that a lot of black folks is guilty of. They would think about themselves and not thinking about their heritage, their their children,
That
and great
legacy.
grandkids
Come on,
and
man.
stuff. And so everybody is for themselves.
And
On
that's a
their own.
problem, man. That is a huge
Exactly.
problem that we have as a people. It's so funny that you mentioned that because I have a story. I have two stories. And I'm going to make them quick because I don't know how much longer we have. But
Yeah, we had 30 minutes.
Okay. Well, it's going to be way less than 30 minutes. So the two stories is, my grandmother, she passed away when I was younger. And, she had insurance, things of that nature. But unfortunately, because she was not educated, when she died, there was nothing of a legacy that she left. So, and like most African-American black families, when people die, people like, well, I got enough for burial, but what about the children? What about leaving your legacy? What about paying off the house? What about paying off the debt? What about providing just basic lights, gas, food, and water for your family when you die? Most people don't think about that.
Exactly.
And so unfortunately, when she died, there was no legacy. But fast forward, I was able to put a plan in place for a young lady, single mom, had 2 sons. And I put a lot of insurance on her, didn't know, and this was 16 years ago, didn't know that she was going to pass away 15 years later. And I was able to set up her children with accounts that's going to generate an income on a monthly basis as well as create a legacy for them for their future. Exactly. So that's what we need to do. We need to make sure we understand that it's not about you. It's about what you can do through you for the generations to come after you.
Exactly.
So yeah, I told you it wouldn't take 30 minutes. So
Okay, so have you thought about getting into real estate? Have you thought about doing
honestly,
all that? Because all that money, you might as well invest in property.
No, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Real estate investing probably
in
down the line.
Like mine.
You see this right here. Anyway, but wow, I like that. That's a hustler right there. Anyway, so but yeah, I actually see the beauty of making money in business is that you can now utilize that money to invest in other people's dreams or in other ventures. So by all means, I'm always going to be looking for opportunities to expand and grow my wealth and my legacy. But if I can help somebody else uplift themselves at the same time, it's a win-win for everybody. So I have no challenges with looking into other endeavors that can help me expand my empire, so to speak.
Okay.
So,
okay, well that's good.
it's a shameless plug over here.
I know, right? Yeah. What's the use of having you here?
No doubt. You got to infuse that at some point.
I got to get a plug in.
I ain't mad at you because I probably would have done the same thing.
And it probably, somebody else might need a plug or something.
Possibly.
And then, they reach out to you. Yeah.
I'll let your boy. Hit me on my Instagram at Currency King 2019. Currency is spelled Kurrencey King. See, I didn't want to do the regular spelling. I want to be unique. So, Currency King 2019. Holla at your boy.
That's your Instagram.
That's my Instagram.
Okay, and it's on the flyer, and I'm also going to put it onto the interview as well, so they will have it,
Holla at me. Let's have a conversation.
Exactly.
You never
After
know.
me and him have eyes.
You never know.
I'm just playing. But yeah, okay. So, entrepreneur, but I do feel real estate would be a good thing, for us to invest because it's going to bring back money. That stimulates residual incomes for people that like business owners and stuff that's bringing in the money instead of just sitting on it. Insurance as well. I learned that from studying for my test. But insurance, there's a lot of ways to set it up to where it's residual as well. You get what I'm saying? Okay. I can't really speak on too much because I'm studying. I've been to get y'all some wrong information. There's been answer on the test I'd have got wrong. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
But insurance is really good for
Right.
people that want to invest in their kids' future.
Right. Now, I gotta hit you with some knowledge. Now, I've been in the financial industry for 18 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta tell you this. Insurance is a good vehicle for leaving a legacy.
Yes. Yes.
But there's a popular misconception, and what I'm about to say is going to be also controversial. I love controversy.
Well, you know, they used to that on my show.
We've been taught and sold bullcrap when it comes to certain types of life insurance and how it can benefit your family and your children. Most of our people have been sold on a type of life insurance that's the biggest ripoff ever created. It steals your money, it lines the pockets of the insurance company, and it's so many stipulations before you can actually even get your money. But they don't tell you that. They don't sell it to you like that, and they expect you to read it and know it. But when you sign your name on a dotted line, you've basically acknowledged that you understand how this thing is screwing you, but you don't. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you right now, some of your viewers may not agree, but I'm gonna tell you, I've been doing this for a long time. That type of insurance is called cash value insurance, whole life insurance, universal life insurance, valuable universal life insurance. All these different type of cash value life insurance policies are the biggest ripoff ever created. But most people don't even know. And most people, they think it's the best type. But then let's analyze it for a second. When you have car insurance, is there a cash value attached to it? Yes or no?
No.
When you have health insurance, is there a cash value attached to it? Yes or no?
No.
When you have homeowners insurance, is there a cash value attached to it? No. So there is no other type of insurance that exists that they attach a cash value to except life insurance. Why do you think that is?
Why?
Yeah, why do you think that is? Because a few years back, the insurance industry said, hey, how do we make more money off the consumer? Let's create something called cash value life insurance, where we force them to give us extra money, and we're saying we're going to save them some money. So what's going to happen is we're going to put their money into an account, but for the first 2 to 5 years, we're not going to give them any money in their account, though, because we got to take that money for our pockets. And then after 2 to 5 years, we're going to start accumulating some money in their accounts. But if they need to use that money, what we're going to do is we're going to make them borrow their own money, and we're going to charge them 6 to 8% to take their own money. So we're going to, in turn, make them give us more money as they're paying it back to us. And then if they don't pay it back to us, then what happens is when they die, we get to deduct the outstanding loan plus interest from the face amount that we said we was going to give to their family when they died. So we still come out way ahead in the deal versus the person who bought this insurance policy. Ain't that something? Oh, and by the way, when they die, if there's any money left in that cash value, guess what? We get to keep that money. And we don't give it to their family. Wow. That's the biggest damn ripoff ever.
Wow.
But most people don't know the game. And see, I teach the game. I teach insurance classes. I used to teach the insurance class. So I know how all of these types of insurance work. That's the biggest doggone ripoff ever.
So can you tell them where to get in touch with you to get a class, or when you're a class, what days they're on?
I tell you what, this is what I do. For those people who really want to have an in-depth conversation about their particular financial situation, what I can do is I can give you a complimentary financial evaluation of your debt, your retirement planning, your insurance planning. I can help you with your budgeting, your strategies, your future, your goals, buying a house, all that stuff. Complimentary. And the only thing that I ask of you is, if you like the game plan that I give to you, allow me to implement the game plan for you and introduce me to other people that can be helped from this. That's the only thing I ask. That's all. You don't have to pay me a dime to do it. I'm going to work with you forever and never charge you a monetary fee. You're going to have access to me 24/7, except when I'm asleep. You're going to be able to ask me any questions about your, things like your retirement strategies, anything like that. Anything that comes up that you are unsure about, you can call me and I can give you my perspective on it. And I'll be more than happy to do that for anybody who listens to this or who watches this.
Nice. Okay.
That's what I do.
Okay. And he's in Dunwoody.
Doraville.
Okay. Doraville.
But the beauty of what I do is I'm also I'm technologically savvy. So I do Zoom web conferences as well.
Okay.
So, and just FYI, for those of you who might be out of state watching this, I'm licensed in Georgia, Alabama, New York, South Carolina, Tennessee, Illinois, Arkansas, and Maryland.
Nice.
So I know you're like, what the heck? But yes, I'm licensed in all those areas. Okay. So those of you who are in those areas, we can have a conversation. Now, mind you, you can be anywhere, and I can give you some knowledge. It doesn't matter where you are. But if you want to implement the strategies, I'm licensed in those areas where I can actually legally implement those strategies for you. Okay.
Repeat those areas again.
Okay. So Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Tennessee, Illinois, South Carolina, Maryland.
Nice.
So.
Okay.
Hey, it's me, babe. Come on.
Okay, so what other plans do you have that's going on with you for your business, for your I know you said that you having 10 other spots to open up?
My objective is to have 10 brand new agencies open in 2019. Okay. And that's a minimum standard. That's not a maximum standard. If we get more, then phenomenal, we'll get more. The average income of a person who runs an agency in my through our company makes an average of $110,000 a year. For most people, that's life-changing amounts of income. But the goal is, I want to empower people to be able to live. Too many people, they live paycheck to Sunday. They don't live paycheck to paycheck. By Sunday, that paycheck is gone, and they got to figure out how to get to the next paycheck. One of the biggest things that I teach people how to do is I teach them how to have a higher amount of income, but then also have a lot more freedom of time. See, I know a bunch of people that make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year who are not in business. They work at a job, and that job owns their time. I make $100,000 a year, and I live free. I took 4 vacations last year.
And see, I was on a job. I was making right at $90,000 a year, but I had no time to do what I wanted to do for myself. No time. Even when I tried to take a vacation, the manager called me on my vacation the first day and was like, "Hey, I need for you to come in because they're messing up back here." So
I've been like, "Figure it out, click."
Yeah,
no, that's what I would have done. But
so,
the most precious commodity that you own is your time. That's the one thing you can never ever get back.
Yeah, exactly.
So why would you give it to an institution that, first of all, can drop you like a bag of dirt whenever they feel like it? Why would you dedicate that time, effort, and energy to them? Give them your best years, your strongest years, your most productive years. Why would you dedicate that to an institution that's going to milk you for everything that you have and then discard you like you were nothing after 30 years and replace you with somebody to do it all over again? That doesn't make any sense to me. That just doesn't make sense to me.
They'll replace you with somebody that doesn't have to do really anything because you done did all the work at the beginning.
Exactly. It's like so many of us, we sacrifice our dreams to help other people live their dreams.
Exactly.
It's like, why? So many people, they like, man, I wanted to be an actress, a singer, but that doesn't make any money according to them. Well, if you had more time to dedicate to your craft, who knows? You could be the next Denzel Washington. You could be the next Beyonce. You could be the next this person. But most people don't have time to dedicate to their craft because they got to work this 9 to 5 job, and they got to fight traffic, and they got to do all this crap, and they got to pay bills with this, which they're just paying, and they got to wait to take a vacation if you have seniority at the job, and somebody who doesn't have more seniority takes that spot and pushes you out for another 6 months.
Or if you just, your boss approves you to get the vacation.
Which is nonsense, man. Like, we're adults,
say, no,
man.
it's denied because we need you here that day.
Like, I can't imagine. That's why I never liked working for people, ever. Because I don't like people controlling my time and controlling my life. I told you I have 4 children.
Yeah.
If my children had an event, an award ceremony, you're not going to tell me you can't go.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me. I'm an adult. You're not my parent. I only got one mom and one dad. Those are the only people who could tell me what to do. And you, boss person who thinks you God's gift to the workforce, you're not going to be able to dictate to me what I'm going to do with my time.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm an entrepreneur, and that's why I never like working for people.
And that's actually why I started my, own stuff, which when I was younger, I started doing hair and stuff first. So I've been doing hair and making money.
You've been hustling, man. You're an entrepreneur.
And then I started making like other things, but I'm not going to mention now because we're working on them now. Okay. So basically, like I said, never underestimate the power of play. When kids be playing on these things and stuff, they might end up doing it when they get grown. Everything that I did as a child, I'm doing now, but I'm getting paid to do it.
That's
man. My teachers used to put me in the corner all the time and say I talk too much. I get paid to talk.
Look, come on, man. Look at this. Can't let the haters hate on you.
Exactly. Little stuff for me building when I was in school, and I was like, I'm going to have this when I get. Now I'm actually working on it. I got people that is actually, creating the stuff that.
See?
So it's a lot of things. So my thing was always to work hard. So I was always on somebody else's job or somebody else's business and working hard to help them to, for me to do a good job helping them, and now I feel as though it's time for me to do what I need to do for myself because me helping other people is never enough.
Right.
It's never enough. No matter what you do, they can still say that you haven't done anything and you have missed out on a lot of time and energy to help them in their business and you haven't accomplished anything for yourself.
And that's the unfortunate reality for a lot of people in this country.
Exactly. So it's good to. That's why my show, Living Your Dreams with Rosita, I try to encourage people to follow your dreams. Don't get in a relationship to where it's people trying to talk you out of what you're doing. Don't get in a business thing with somebody and they try to talk you out of focusing on yourself. Don't work at a job and they won't give you the opportunity. That job is not giving you the time or the opportunity to focus on yourself and to follow your dreams and stuff. You need to figure out what makes you happy. And if flipping burgers make you happy, then why not open up a restaurant?
Thank you.
Flip your own burgers.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. Or coach somebody to flip some burgers, but it's yours.
Thank you.
Don't just be content. My dad always told me, don't settle. He said, you set a goal, you reach it. You set a higher goal, you reach that one. You set a higher goal. He said, never settle, Rosita. When he called me Zita, he said, never settle, Zita. You always set a goal, you reach that, you set a higher one. So that's what I always did all my life and stuff. So I encourage everyone to do that. Set a goal, reach it. Set a higher goal.
Hey.
Set another goal,
There you
reach
go.
that, set a higher goal. You know, and every time you reach that goal that you set, then you set a higher goal to go even higher. Never settle to the point to where it's just you're content with just being okay and you're not happy with what you're doing.
Thank you.
You know, if you're happy, then that's fine.
Right.
But if you're not happy, you go in levels. Go in levels till you get to where you really want to be.
Yeah. But you know, some people, they get comfortable where they are. And it's unfortunate. You know, some of the most talented people that I've ever met, some of the most gifted people that I've ever met, they suppress their talents because they're comfortable with where they are in life.
Exactly.
They're like, well, I drive a car, I have a house, I live in a decent neighborhood, even though I can elevate way up here if I utilize my gifts and my talents, but I'm happy right here, so I'm going to suppress my gifts and my talents because I'm comfortable. Do you understand? Comfortable is the exact opposite of success. It's not failure, because you have to fail in order to get success. Being comfortable and satisfied. If you're satisfied, then you'll never be successful.
Yeah. Yeah. And that make a lot of sense. Okay, so.
I know I talk a lot, my bad.
No, that's okay. I like people that talk a lot. We can talk a lot together.
No doubt.
Shoot, that's always a good thing. You know, a person that love to talk, yeah. We can go on and on. We can have it's like a sermon around here. You know?
Look, I'm a teacher, man. I love to teach people about elevation.
Exactly.
That's what it's about, man.
Exactly.
You know, we black folk. I mean, you know, I love everybody, but we're special people. We've gone through some of the most crazy hardships in this country alone. And to be where we are right now, even though we got a long way to go, but we sure as heck has come a long way.
Yeah, we climb mountains.
Come on, man. Come on, man. So, and this is, if we come together and pool our talents and pool our resources, we'll be unstoppable. And that's why it's so much division being bred into our communities. That light, dark-skinned bull crap, that's insane division. That's pointless. All that stuff that, oh, I'm black, you Puerto Rican, you cute. Forget all that. We in the same boat. We all in the same boat. That division, all that nonsense, leave that alone. Come together, work together, find your gifts, find your talents, compliment other people who can complement your talents, pool it, make it a business, boom, blow it up. And protect yourself from the evil of people that may want to see you go down. Protect yourself. So, you know, that's a little tidbit from the band. You know what I mean?
Right. But that's real talk, though. That's real talk, you know. So, and I appreciate you giving that advice and stuff. Anything else that you want to mention about your business?
I mean, the last thing I want to give to everybody who's watching is I am a representative of my business. My business is not the representative of me. And I say that meaning that when you come to sit with me, I'm going to give you my heart. I'm going to give you my mind. I'm going to give you my spirit, my energy. I'm going to focus all of my efforts on helping you elevate and uplift yourself. I'm going to make sure that I listen to you and I really understand what you really want to accomplish. And I'm going to help you see a bigger and better version of what you are thinking, if I can. So my business is my conduit to help me help you really see and really live the life that you deserve to live. So, and that's it. You know, I can talk about finance and all that stuff. That's great. But you know, like Oprah says, it's that spirit to spirit connection is what I look for when when I sit with somebody.
I mentioned that today on my live. That spirit.
See, look at that
connection.
So, and I'm somebody who lived a challenging life. You know, I didn't grow up with a silver spoon. I lived in a hood. I was homeless. I was all of this stuff. So I can relate to people who had challenges in life. And I can say, look, if you slide this way, you slide that way, we can navigate through this, we can get through this, and we can make some things happen. That's how we need to communicate and collaborate as human beings.
Exactly.
So when you come to sit with me, I'm gonna give you the real 150%. I'm gonna tell you what you need to stop doing. I'm gonna tell you if you're trying to ball out at the club 2 days a week, cut it down to once every 2 weeks. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, and I'm gonna give you the tools to really restructure and reorganize your financial life, but also really change your mindset on money, potentially help you change your blueprint on money.
So it's just like exercising and stuff. It's like not only do you want to just start exercising, you want to set up a plan, basically mentally.
Exactly.
To fix your mind mentally of what you need to do to be able to get to that next level. Because just exercising, then your body is still, you still putting all the toxins and stuff, which I do it. I exercise, you know. But at the same time, I eat everything. Everything that's not good for me, seems that I like it. I love it. So I need to program my mind to do better.
Right. It all starts up here.
Exactly.
It all starts up here. Change your mindset, change your habits, change your condition.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
Exactly. And that's why a lot of people begin sick that looks healthy.
And I know plenty
because they do like
of
me.
People.
They get sick, but they look healthy, you know, because you make sure your body, the outside look good, but on the inside, you know,
it's
you
horrible.
haven't fixed it. You, like I said, you still putting the toxic in there and stuff, you know. So, and like I said, there's something that I need to do and work on for that as well. But it's just like what you were saying and stuff, fixing your mind.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
for
indeed.
its financial.
Because we've been given so much nonsense about money. I mean, think about it. Who's never heard money doesn't grow on trees? Everybody heard that.
Yeah.
Everybody heard that. But let's deconstruct that. Money is paper. Paper comes from trees. So actually money does come from trees.
I know, right?
So
it's just like they're saying, can't see the forest for the trees.
Yeah, I don't still know what the hell that means. Anyway, I'm like, there's so many doggone statements that we say. It's like, what does that even mean?
Isn't that it
so?
Well, anyway, I ain't gonna get into it. I have to explain it to you.
See, you know, some statements is like, dude, where do you come up with that? Like, we just spew crap that we heard people say. It's like, what does that really mean? It's like, anyway, but it's about changing your mindset. How do you see this same situation? You know, money does grow on trees because money comes from trees. Paper comes from trees, so money does grow on trees. So if that's the case, then we can make as much money as we would like. Because we got trees all over the place. Make some money, baby. So it's all about changing the way that you see. You know, so many of us were brought up in impoverished situations, and that's all we know. But then when we get these quote unquote good jobs that make 50, 60, 70, 80,000, you still have that impoverished mentality. So you still living paycheck to paycheck. You just in a higher state of poverty. So, and that's all it is. It's about once you change it here. Prime example, and I know, my bad, I keep taking over.
It's okay. Go ahead.
A billionaire. Some of you, whatever your opinion is of the current president, some of you, you look at him and he's like, well, he quote unquote lost his money at one point. He went bankrupt, stuff started happening, but not too long after, he was back at the same position financially. Those people whose minds have been set to wealth, even if you lost it all or give it all away, it's going to be, you still have that wealth mindset. So things are going to be orchestrated to get you back to where you were.
Exactly.
So if, like, for instance, lottery winners who get 200, 300 million, 50 million, 20 million, 100 million, and they don't have the mindset, they lose that money, and it could be mountains of money, but it's gone in 2-3 years because you do insane things because of your mindset, because your mindset is programmed to poverty.
Yes.
So that large amount of infusion of wealth is unnatural to you. You're used to poverty, so you're going to do things that are going to strip your money away to get you back to your comfortable level mentally, which is poverty.
Exactly.
So it's all about here. These 6 inches, depending on how big your head is, 6 inches between your ears is the most powerful thing that you have in your possession. This mind controls so much. The problem is so many people don't have control over this.
Exactly.
You don't know how to tap into this. So my job as a professional is to help baby step you into a new consciousness of financial well-being and wealth-mindedness. That's when you come to sit with me, I take you to on that road to that that height, so to speak.
Okay.
So, my bad, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Well, y'all heard the man. So y'all make sure that y'all reach out to him and say your Instagram again.
It's at Currency King 2019, and I'm going to spell currency. It's KURRENCEY King 2019.
Okay, so on Facebook,
Labarron Edwards.
Labarron
I
Edwards.
keep it simple on Facebook. It's like it's Labarron Edwards. It's me. You see my family, see my pictures, see the stuff that I do.
And those of y'all professionals that is on LinkedIn, he's on LinkedIn
Edwards.
as well,
Yeah.
Labarron Edwards.
Yeah.
Okay, anywhere else that you want to? You on Twitter?
I am Labarron,
Okay.
at Labarron Edwards.
Okay.
Everything else is Labarron Edwards.
I know. I'm not, well, not me, Labarron Edwards, but
That would be weird.
I know,
Anyway.
Right? But okay. So basically, thank y'all so much for tuning in.
Appreciate
you.
you.
Have been watching and listening to Rosita Cooper and my guest, Labarron Edwards.
It's Brooklyn. No.
So thank y'all so much and have a blessed day. Peace and love, everyone. Peace.
Hey.